Listen very carefully, because what I'm about to tell you isn't motivation. This is a warning. The reason you keep getting disappointed by people isn't innocence. It's delusion. It's the fantasy that the world was built to be fair, that honesty should be rewarded, that loyalty should return like a boomerang, that hard work automatically earns recognition. You still behave like life owes you something for being good. You think virtue is a shield. It's not. It's bait. Machiavelli tried to warn you centuries ago. Most people are not playing the game you think they're playing. They smile, but they calculate. They promise, but they position. They praise you in public, but replace you in private before you even see the knife. This is not a story about becoming a villain. This is a manual for not dying like prey in a world full of polite predators. Because tonight, you will learn 8 Machiavellian laws of dark intelligence. The laws the powerful use without speaking them, without teaching them, without apologizing for them. Laws they follow instinctively, naturally, coldly. And once you understand these laws, you will never look at people the same way again. You'll see intentions hiding behind the tone, power behind politeness, strategy behind kindness. You'll finally see the game beneath the surface. Let's begin. 1. The law of shadowed intent. Never reveal your real plan. Most people treat conversations like confession booths. They spill their fears, their dreams, their strategies, their insecurities, thinking it makes them trustworthy. It doesn't create trust. It creates leverage. It hands others the exact blueprint to stop you, use you, or outmaneuver you. Machiavelli understood a brutal truth. When your intentions are visible, you become predictable. When you're predictable, you're controllable. And when you're controllable, you're disposable. Shadowed intent means this. You live with 2 versions of every plan. The public version, clean, simple, harmless, socially acceptable. The real version, cold, strategic, untouchable. This isn't deception. It's self-defense. Never hand someone the instructions to destroy you. Never expose the architecture of your ambition. A powerful plan grows in darkness until the moment it strikes with precision. 2. The law of the mask. You are allowed more than one face. Modern society worships authenticity, that naive idea of exposing everything, confessing everything, bleeding honesty everywhere you go. Beautiful if you enjoy being manipulated. A strategist knows something the naive never learn. These aren't masks, they are layers. You already shift without knowing it. You don't talk to your boss the way you talk to your closest friend. You don't act the same around someone who intimidates you as you do around someone you trust. You show different sides in different rooms. The difference is simple. You do it unconsciously. A Machiavellian does it deliberately. Your values stay intact. Your integrity stays intact. But your presentation adapts like a weapon. To the emotional, you become gentle. To the aggressive, you become unmovable. To the manipulative, you become unreadable. To the powerful, you become respectable without ever kneeling. This isn't fakeness, it's psychological fluency. The person with only one personality is a hostage to their environment. The person with many faces is impossible to corner. 3. The law of detachment: care deeply, but never cling. Most people are controlled not by chains, but by fear. Fear of losing a relationship, fear of losing a job, fear of disappointing someone, fear of being judged. Fear of no longer being seen as good, what you cannot walk away from, controls you. If losing someone terrifies you, they don't need to manipulate you. Your fear will do the work for them. If disappointing people keeps you awake at night, you'll betray your own needs just to keep the peace. Detachment is not apathy. It's clarity. It's loving without begging, helping without humiliating yourself, caring without collapsing, walking away the moment the cost becomes your sanity. Here's the paradox the naive never understand. The less you need from others, the more power you gain over your own life. When someone realizes you are willing to leave, every dynamic shifts. Respect appears. Boundaries crystallize. And power returns to you. For the law of silent leverage: influence without force, pressure without noise. Weak people raise their voices, powerful people raise the stakes. Real influence is quiet. You don't dominate a room by talking the most, you dominate by being the one whose absence would collapse the system. Silent leverage is built from 3 pillars. Position: you place yourself where your presence carries weight. Options: you hold alternatives others don't even suspect. Patience: you refuse to react emotionally, forcing others to reveal themselves. In conversation, silence is leverage. When someone asks you a difficult question, pause. Let your calm unsettle them. Let them speak too much. Then answer with surgical precision. In relationships, silence becomes boundaries. You don't chase. You don't beg. Your distance does what arguments never could. In business, silence is strategy. You don't perform, you deliver. People follow the quiet force they can't decode because mystery is magnetism. 5. The law of psychological echo: reflect their truth, not your ego. Every human you meet is secretly asking 3 questions. Do you see me? Do you understand me? Do you value me? If you can answer those questions without ever saying them out loud, you gain access to their mind, to their insecurities, their motivations, their blind spots, their desires. Psychological echo means listening beyond the words. When someone says, "I'm overwhelmed," they may really mean, "I feel abandoned." When someone says, "I hate my job," they may mean, "I feel invisible." When someone brags loudly, what they're truly saying is, "Please don't notice how insecure I am," when you reflect the deeper truth. The truth they're too afraid to articulate. They feel understood, sometimes more deeply than they understand themselves. They relax. They trust. They open doors they didn't intend to open. Used ethically, this creates connection. Used unethically, it becomes psychological domination. Learn the skill not to manipulate, but to defend yourself from those who already use it. 6. The law of moral ambiguity. Stop asking, what makes me look good? Start asking, what actually works? Most people care more about appearing moral than making effective decisions. They avoid conflict. They swallow disrespect. They remain loyal to people who've shown zero loyalty in return. They chase comfort instead of truth. Machiavelli understood what the naive avoid. The real world isn't black and white, it's gray, violent, strategic. Being good doesn't mean avoiding discomfort. It means choosing the path that protects more truth, more integrity, more future. Sometimes the kindest act is the harsh truth. Sometimes protecting someone requires disappointing them. Sometimes holding boundaries requires being labeled the villain. Moral ambiguity doesn't mean abandoning ethics. It means applying them with intelligence, not innocence. Goodness without strategy is fragile. Strategy without goodness is dangerous. Blend both and you become untouchable. 7. The law of controlled exposure. Information revealed is power surrendered. We live in the most overexposed era in human history. People live stream their arguments, confess their insecurities online, broadcast their location, share their frustrations, and expose their emotional wounds to an audience that does not care. Every post, every rant, every unfiltered moment is a psychological map of how to influence them. Controlled exposure means revealing yourself in layers: public, professional, personal, intimate. Most people should never reach the last two, ever. Never expose your deepest wounds to people who haven't proven loyalty. Never announce your plans before you've built momentum. Never show your weaknesses to those who enjoy feeling superior. Information given cannot be ungiven. Treat it like currency. Spend it only when it gains you leverage. 8. The law of outcome obsession. Stop worshipping effort. Worship results. Machiavelli understood something most people refuse to accept. History does not care about intentions, only outcomes. Most people are addicted to the feeling of progress. They plan endlessly. They talk endlessly. They research forever. They debate, they rationalize, they fantasize, but they do not move. Outcome-obsessed individuals cut through all that noise. They ask themselves 3 ruthless questions. Is this working? Is this moving me closer to the goal? Is this strategy producing results or just keeping me comfortable? They aren't loyal to methods, they're loyal to progress. They don't cling to dead relationships. They don't worship old dreams. They don't repeat familiar failures. They pivot. They advance. They win. You've now learned the 8 Machiavellian laws of dark intelligence, the same psychological frameworks, the powerful use, silently, effortlessly, unapologetically, but knowledge means nothing if you stay the same. Choose one law, just one. Practice it for 7 days. Watch how people speak to you differently. Watch how manipulators grow uncomfortable around you. Watch how social dynamics tilt in your favor. Watch how the world stops feeling chaotic. Because now you see the rules underneath it. This isn't about becoming cruel. It's about becoming unexploitable, unpredictable, unmanipulable, unbreakable. If this opened your eyes, hit that like button. If you want more deep dives into psychology, human behavior, and the dark truths no one else dares to explain, subscribe, share this video, and drop a comment. I choose strategic intelligence over emotional reactivity, and so should you. Until next time, stay aware, stay sharp, stay powerful, and never let the game corrupt you.